What's up guys? So in this video, it's a little late. This video was shot right after Community Day, but afterwards I had a lot to prepare for my Hot Sauce Expo in Anaheim. Today is Saturday, and by the time the video is uploaded, it will be Sunday, August 19th. So, you know, by the time this video is uploaded, I'll probably be at the event, you know, working and selling hot sauce. So that's why I'm a little late. I apologize about that. And yeah, hope you guys like it and enjoy.
Hey, stop! Get over here!
Chef, they found us. They caught us. We gotta go. We gotta go. Niantic workers, they found us. Alright, we finally made it. We're at the Ferry Building, San Francisco, at the Niantic Labs. Our first goal is to go into Niantic, break in. Next goal is to give John Henke my sauce and put it in his mouth. And then we're gonna start asking questions.
Some questions.
Some questions.
All the questions.
All the questions. Hopefully we can get these answered.
I want to know what the next Pokemon is for Community Day. I want to know the exact time and date that PvP is going to be released. And I want to know when they're going to declare me the very best.
Whoa, you're the best. No, me. Alright, let's go. Alright, finally here guys. Niantic, finally here. 2 years in the game and finally made it. San Diego, let's go.
Yeah, our CEO John Henke is a huge Doctor Who fan, so yeah, it's you know, bigger on the inside, right? Oh my god.
Oh my god, we saw everything.
Dude,
like,
there was literally
Niantic
PvP systems at
robots everywhere. We saw
about,
bicycles on everything we touched had to be scanned.
There's a robot in there.
John Henke was there as well.
He actually parachuted in. It was pretty crazy.
He gave me a high five and a hug.
He actually got his sauce in his mouth. Spoofers everywhere. Dude, they talked about the next Community Day. Actually
saw the computer for Shiny Crazy. Pretty much gave us everything.
Gen 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all of them.
Jeez,
all of them.
Everything. Like, all right, so let's go over everything we saw in Niantic and what would happen. You know, what kind of conversation did we have with Niantic? You know, we were greeted at the door and it was just really cool to go in there. So Michael showed us around and he let us know that the entrance right there was kind of like from, I guess, Doctor Who. And John Henke is a big fan of Doctor Who, so that's why we had that kind of doorway.
Yeah, telephone. Yeah, the big blue telephone booth.
It was cool. You walk through there and you saw pretty much the office that they have.
I thought it was pretty sick, dude, that they had that. Like, it was like almost like a secret entrance. You know, you walk in and you're like, oh, where are we right now?
Yeah, sorry guys, we were not allowed to film in there. But here's the coolest thing. When we walked in there was a meeting room. And I turned around, I was like, oh John Henke was sitting right in front. like right in front. And
like staring right at us. And we could feel his eyes.
No, I caught eye contact with them. No, I was looking, well, cause like, you know, they're all staring at the wall.
Was it magical?
It was magical.
Was it a magical moment? Did you like hear like butterflies?
Oh, I felt them. I felt them. My Pikachu. But anyways, like the office, okay, so the meeting room was like facing this way and like we're looking out this way, and I just like turned around to the side and John Henke was sitting down right there. I'm like, oh shit, and like we look, you know, we just got eyes and there was a little bit of magic. A
little bit of love.
Yeah.
A little bit of love connection there. A little love disc might have showed up.
You knew I had my sauce with me.
but yeah, and then we actually, Michael took us around, showed us the rest of the facility. Their offices aren't actually that big. I was expecting a little bit bigger, but it's certainly an upgrade apparently from their first office that they had underneath the Bay Bridge, which he described as they were almost sitting on each other's laps.
That is a personal quote right there of Michael.
We got you.
Yeah. And you know, it was just like a regular office building you would imagine, but with bikes on the wall because they encourage exercise because of course that's the whole premise of Niantic.
Yeah, it was a really cool communal space, like eating area where they kind of like where all the people from the different departments can come sit down, grab food, and kind of talk about, you know, hey, over in marketing, what are you guys talking about? Hey, community leader, what are you hearing from the community? And hey, engineers, what can we do to fix these issues together? So that was pretty cool.
And if you guys want to have I guess a little idea of how the office looks like, they took a group picture of all the employees on Twitter, and they posted it. So that's the little steps we saw. That I really wanted to take a picture, but I didn't want. He said no picture there. They had like 10 small rooms. Like I guess I took it as brainwashing booths because it was literally 2 seats in a small room with a whiteboard.
Yeah.
And of course like a projector.
That was like a spoofer like rehab facility right there that they actually used. That was what that was.
Okay, well.
They actually project images over and over again to people how to play the game correctly instead of cheating. So yeah, that's actually cool. That's another way they're actually helping the community out.
Yeah, free Niantic training.
Yeah.
Let's talk about community first.
Yeah.
We'll touch up on PvP afterwards. Michael just kind of told us like, you know, Niantic is constantly growing. They're always trying to like reach out to the community, and they do read all the tweet comments, and they, you know, with the help of Swift Road, they do have people to go through all the complaints, angry tweets and messages. Pretty much you kind of see like which one is a viable reason to be angry, or
they're actually listening to us out there. So everybody who's wondering like, oh, does Niantic even like doing this? Like, yes, they absolutely are tuning in. They absolutely want everybody's feedback, but again too, the feedback, like we always said, it has to be constructive. It has to be something that's actually viable that they can fix. You know what I mean? We can't tell them, hey, my area by my house has bad cell phone service and I can't catch anything. Like, no, they don't listen to that. But actual issues in the game, they are listening with ears wide open and really excited to fix and help and work with the community.
They are listening and they're all watching.
Always. But
alright, so the next point we talked about was GoFest, because, you know, we both went there and we wanted to tell them that GoFest was a hit, and we asked them like, you know, how will you guys choose the next location?
Michael basically said that they're going to choose locations based on accessibility for the entire community, the global community and stuff. They didn't really want to partially go from one coast or the other to favorite it and stuff, but they also are saying that, you know, and they know the weather was a little bit rough and stuff, but
you know, as far as like having like public transportation, train lines,
hotels,
like being at a reasonable price. Pretty much they look at, I guess, the practical reasons to have a huge event at a particular location. Like, is it gonna be a good location, or is it gonna be like a chaotic mayhem, like where no one can get there and like there's traffic left and right? So yeah, you know, that gives you an indication of like, is your area a possible location for GoFest? Like, of course, it's not gonna be in the middle of nowhere, you know, when there's no traffic at all, but there's also nothing over there at all. You know, it wouldn't be practical to have a GoFest at those kind of locations. And just want to add that like they didn't choose East Coast or West Coast. They also didn't want to like show that they're paying favorites for like, you know, West Coast having this more events and stuff like that. So that's also why they chose Chicago.
You know, also going past that, speaking about events too, they started talking about you know, like the Pokemon tour that they're doing right now, and how that they're actually going to add more events like that as well, so they can do like these type of, I guess, larger community day style events and stuff. You know what I mean? So that it's not just one big event one time a year. They want to have these little ones sprinkled out everywhere like that. So they are in the process of planning out 2019 right now, and they said that they have some things in the works. And there was even a little bit of conversation talking about Comic-Con for next year. So keep your ears open.
The conversation is up, but that's, you know, we don't know if it can happen or not, but they're talking about it.
Yeah,
see what
and
happens.
Most importantly, they'll be talking to us about it. Oh, the other thing too they said was they were really impressed with the community event.
Oh yeah, so I was happy that, like, you know, he recognized me and was like, oh, you're the guy who threw the February Dratini event. Me, Jorge, Brent, and Niantic. That was the first time they kind of like put the trust in like a random person. Yeah, really a random person to like, you know, host an event.
That's what actually ended up leading to them. He was saying that why they wanted to experiment with like the tour that they did, because they saw that event and how that it was such a success that, hey, why not do some more stuff like that? So San Diego's definitely on the map from that event. So
with the growth of the game in Niantic, they are, you know, reaching out to experts in the field. So they're looking to a lot of hardcore Pokemon players in a main series game to like get their information, get the feedback, get the knowledge and expertise on game dynamics and how they can, you know, utilize part of it in Pokemon Go. But as far as like the goal to make it like the main series game, it's not the agenda to make it a mirror example of it.
I mean, who better to let them know how to make the game than the people that have been involved in it for 10 years plus.
Niantic is growing, so it is going, you know, the game itself is only going to improve from here on out with more people, more manpower, of course. Yeah. It's going to make a better product. All right, so here's a big point we want to talk about. The thing is about PvP is that it's coming.
Later.
Peace out. Psych. Just kidding.
Okay, seriously, PvP is coming. Michael told us he's only allowed to tell us so much, so none of this is like a concrete, like, hey, this is happening, but
aside from the official announcement at the Niantic conference a few weeks ago,
they're working really hard. They can't give any official release dates on when they're going to do, but the mechanics that they're going into PvP are going to be phenomenal. They're looking to add features from the main series game, the main title game, as well as, like, I guess they were saying like gym battling is going to change. They haven't really said where. They didn't say.
Michael, you just said they have been doing a lot of work to decrease spoofing in general.
Yeah. Basically what they said with their whole new system that they put in with the 3-strike system and you know, basically monitoring everybody's patterns and stuff, they actually have a program that it monitors everybody's account and looks for certain signs of spoofing and, like, obviously, you know, routes, paths, you know, bots and everything like that. So they have been taking it extremely serious, they said, you know what I mean, and letting us know, like, hey, like, emphasize that it will not be around for very long.
And they do recognize that the hardcore community, you know, to them, at least on the algorithm, it looks like a spoofer because, you know, hardcore players the skills are just unreal. And
they definitely said that they're not trying to do any false positives. They don't want to just ban anybody because it appears like that. They did talk about how they are paying very close attention to, like, you know, Deoxys and like all of the different forms that it has and making sure that the attack percentages and the defense percentages and the speed percentages are right, because they are aware that if they change it by 0.01 or 0.001 that it completely changes and alters the meta of the game.
You know, of course he couldn't give us any details because he's not part of the development team, but he just wants to just emphasize that, you know, it won't be taken for granted, I guess. They don't just push out a system like, all right, here you go. But they are working to improve it, as always, you know, as any game developer, to constantly improve the game in any way, shape, or form that they possibly can, and especially they're really focusing on PvP coming out soon. And like the official announcement, they hope to have it by the end of 2018. Hope to have it. It's not guaranteed, but they are working towards it. Alright, that's pretty much it right there. My only disappointment was that I was so close to John Henke, I could not give him my hot sauce and tell him my Pokemon story. Yeah. I could have just dropped it off, but, like, you know, I think it'd be kind of weird, just a random guy dropping off a hot sauce bottle. But I wanted to tell him my story of how Pokemon helped me out and stuff like that. But I guess, you know, it'll be another day meeting him, but it was, like, really cool just to see him briefly right there.
Dude, my saddest moment was we didn't get to see the security robot in action.
Yeah, they were working on some kind of security robot.
That was an actual real thing. There was not, they just had it delivered.
We walked past by, like, what the hell?
It was Officer Jenny.
It was like a security robot stand where, like, they had, like, Officer Jenny picture put on top. But I think it's just mainly for jokes for that one. But the security system is an interesting one.
Dude, it was literally like the robot was the size of me. Like, I don't even know. I have to figure out what that thing was. I want one.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think it was pretty cool. Like, it was really cool of them to give us a tour, answer a bunch of our questions. Michael, thank you again, man. Shout out to Niantic for letting us get back there and see what you guys are doing, as well as answer any of our questions. And we look forward to speaking with you guys in the future and planning some event.
Let us know about what you're looking for, or at least what you want Niantic to hear from you.
I think that's really important. It's really important too because they need that feedback. In order for them to make the game what we want it to be, it has to be constructive feedback coming from us and from the users. You know, they can only test so much. You can only play so much of that game before they release it to us and then we break it. so yeah. So if you see anything like that, you guys have it, leave it definitely in the comments below. Bring it to Tong's attention and stuff, and yeah, we'll definitely put it out there.
Alright, well, hope you guys liked this video about Niantic. You know, we did what we can. This was all that we could, that we all could do, and we hope to continue this conversation with Niantic in the future.
Yes.
And right now, it's the last day in San Francisco. We're at Pier 39. There's so many Pokemons around. Time to go Pokemon Go. Alright, till next time, I'll see you guys in San Diego. Peace out.
Let's play. Come on, lay down.
Daddy.
It's like a predator, yeah. I think this could be my ending.
Yeah, good girl.
Who's the chub chub?